You already spend all day on social media. Why not make some money at it? Our guest today has figured out how to have a full-time job and do just that.
Welcome to More Than Home. Today we've got Carissa Noel Green. She is a full-time behind-the-chair stylist since 2009. She's an educator for hand-tied halo extensions. She's an educator at Modern Luxe Salon. She is the director of marketing and the Texas regional director for Babes Who Create, and she's a lifestyle influencer. She's also a mother of two. So I'm super excited to introduce to you my very good friend, the beautiful Carissa Noel Green.
Welcome.
Hi. You're here. I'm so happy.
I'm here.
Yay. So we're so excited to have you on. You're totally fascinating. I think the biggest question is probably do you sleep or
when does that happen?
When does that?
Not often.
Yeah.
No, I would definitely like to sleep more. I feel like my brain's always going. I wake up in the middle of the night with ideas.
Yeah. So how did you get into all of the things?
Oh,
where does it start?
I don't even know. Okay, well, hair.
Yeah.
I freaked everyone out. I wanted to go to school. I played volleyball in high school. I played select volleyball. I was going to go to college and be this big volleyball player.
Yeah.
Get a business degree, whatever. And on senior night, I was like, okay, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. And I hadn't talked to my mom about it.
Yeah.
And we were doing all of our announcements. Everyone was talking about what they were going to do, where they were going to go to school. And my friends are like, I'm going to tech. I'm going to UT. And I was like, I think I'm going to go to hair school.
Yeah.
And my mom's sitting in the audience going,
Sorry, what now?
we didn't talk about this. But I always was doing everyone's hair and makeup for prom, homecoming, all of that.
Yeah.
So she was like, go to college, get your degree, and I'll pay for you to go to hair school. Mm-hmm. She was in staffing at the time, and she was seeing, this was 2008, so she's seen people with master's degrees come in and not get jobs.
Yeah.
And she was like, okay, let's try the hair school thing.
Maybe you're right.
Yeah. So I did. I went to college for a year. I was enrolled in college for a year. I went to about a semester's worth of classes,
Nice.
accumulatively.
That freshman year, man.
Yeah.
No, it's
Well,
struggle.
and I went to TCC. It was I wasn't really away at college.
Yeah.
So my mom was like, okay, go to hair school, do the thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I did, got an apprenticeship at Amazing Salon. I actually ended up doing 3 apprenticeships, kind of trying to find what I loved, what I wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
And then about 2014, kind of found my fit.
Yeah.
Tara owns Modern Luxe Salon. Mm-hmm. We connected, we clicked, and she was like, I want you with me. And I was like, let's do it.
On board.
Awesome.
So it was just kind of, I haven't looked back since. So that's where it all started.
Yeah.
And then my clients were like, I love what you're wearing. I love this.
Yes.
How do you do your makeup?
You
And then-
always look this good.
Oh, thanks.
Always. And she always wears a cool hat. Always.
She
She does a lot of things, so she wears a lot of hats. But she
there it is.
actually
Nailed it.
wears a lot of
I
hats.
wear a lot of hats. I do. I have quite the hat collection. It's just my thing. And I don't have to do the top of my hair, so my hair always looks good.
It always looks good.
It's just if I don't feel like washing it, put on a hat.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then one of my friends was like, you could do this on Instagram and make money just sharing what you do. And I was like, okay, whatever. And so I just started posting stuff, and then I met people, and it just kind of accidentally happened.
Yeah. Wow.
And I didn't really take it seriously until probably about 2 years ago. And I met some people who were like, hey, I can help you put together a media kit, work with some brands. Mm-hmm. And then I randomly started getting PR packages from Neutrogena. And I was my first package, my first big brand package was Neutrogena. And so it came to my door, and I opened it, and I'm like, what is this? I just got all of Neutrogena's new line.
So they just sent it to you.
They just sent it to me. Nobody contacted me.
Oh, wow.
I was just like, how'd they get my address? This is kind of creepy.
Right.
But my friend had helped me sign up on, there's some websites that you can go on, put your info in, brands can work with influencers, all that stuff. And at this time I only had maybe 4,000 or 5,000 followers. So I wasn't thinking I was going to get anything.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of slowly started happening, and I started actually pursuing it.
Yeah.
And so now here we are. I am the marketing director / I guess technically co-owner. There's like 4 of us and like the ownership team for Babes Who Create, which is like an influencer marketing company.
Very cool.
So
you work with people like who are deciding that they want to be influencers and
kind of. So I'm the middleman, basically. I'm a representative for the brands who want to work with influencers, but I'm also a representative for the influencers who want to work for brands.
Okay.
So we're a membership-based community of influencers who we're in 28 chapters now throughout the country.
Wow.
I oversee Texas, which is Austin, San Antonio, Houston, Dallas, Fort Worth, and Lubbock.
So again, when do you sleep?
what is that answer?
Yeah, about that. I very I have to strategize. I can't even talk. Strategize my time.
Yeah.
My brain is always going. So Mondays are my day out of the salon. That's when I do all of the Babes Who Create things. We have our phone calls, our meetings, all of that.
Yeah.
And then Tuesdays, Wednesdays, I'm in the salon. Thursdays, back to Babes Who Create stuff.
Yeah.
Fridays, I'm back in the salon. And then every other Saturday, I'm in the salon. So those in between times, I'm creating content.
Yeah.
I'm at events. I'm doing whatever I can. We're about to go to Austin for an event there. We're going to Arizona for like this glamping.
Oh, fun.
It's going to be so pretty. We're going to hike Mount Zion. It's a new property and they want influencers out there taking pictures. And so they're giving us a weekend stay.
Yeah.
We get to just go and hike. We have a photographer, a videographer. It's going to be so much fun, but it's so much work. Like it sounds really fun. It's like, oh, I get to take pretty pictures all the time, but it's like hours of creativity and putting in the work and taking the pictures and editing the pictures and sending it to the brand, getting it approved, and then if they're like, oh no, that doesn't fit our aesthetic, then I have to do it again. So
it's contractual. This is what I was trying like she's constant. Every time I go get my hair done, I ask her a few more questions about like, well, so what does it mean? Like there's actually contracts, right, between you and the companies.
So depending on who you're working with, some brands will just send you stuff and they're like, if you love it, post it. And if you don't, like, you don't have to.
Yeah.
A lot of people when they're starting out will do like an in-kind type thing. So the brand will send a product and say, can you do one post and maybe share like 2 or 3 stories about it?
Yeah.
And then there's actual like big contracts where it's like, okay, I'm going to send you XYZ. I'm going to pay you XYZ and you need to do this. And that's when like all of the approval stuff comes in. That's when it's like, okay, we want this posted by this date. So I need your product pictures sent by this date. I need your content, video content or whatever it is sent by this date. Once we approve it, then you can post it and then you get paid at the end of it. And some brands get a little bit finicky with the payment stuff and then you're like hunting people down. So there are contracts, but
who does the follow-up on that? Is that all you?
It's all me.
Okay. So
and for Babes Who Create, it's still all me because I'm that person. So for the influencers who are in our network, it's kind of helpful for them because they don't have to find the brands. The brands don't have to chase down the influencers and go, did you make your post? Did you do this? Did you do that? They're doing it to me. So I'm getting it on my end and I'm getting it on their end, which is fun.
So who's been your favorite brand to work with?
Yeah.
Oh gosh. I mean, I would have to say Neutrogena just because it was my very my very first one.
Yeah.
But I worked with some really cool brands, like some startups. Like there was this startup jewelry company that I loved working with her because she was so excited. You know, like every time a picture would come in, she was like, oh my gosh, someone shared my picture. And like, I love the small businesses. Like it's cool to work with like the big brands. My friend just landed a deal with Chick-fil-A and I was like, hi, can you put my name into that one? Like I would be down. Chick-fil-A, if you're watching, I'm in.
Yes.
I had another friend, Whataburger, Target, and I'm like,
wow,
that's really cool.
Yeah.
But I really love the small businesses. I really love, especially right now with everything going on, like I like to help get their name out there. And I've built some really good relationships that way. And now I just get random stuff in my mailbox that I'm like, this is fun. I've had people send me hats. Like
really?
Just followers even. Just send me hats.
Just wear my hat. Like wear this hat and tag me. Or,
I'm like, okay, cool.
I can do
so
that.
half my hats, I say I don't know where I got them. I have it all written down. But like, if someone were to ask me, I'm like, I don't know, what hat am I wearing today? Like, let me check that.
Travis Matthew, if you're listening, I'll take a hat. I'm just throwing that out there. It's fine.
So. He loves Travis Matthew.
That's awesome.
That's so fun. But so you also, so you're doing these contracts with companies and stuff, but you also represent people outside of Babes Who Create. You like help people with their social media, like you run and create. Like, so what are some of those?
Well, so before the pandemic, I was doing it a lot more. Then I did this really, I don't know, I thought it was a smart thing. I was like, I just need to clear my plate for a little while and just take some stuff off and breathe. And then the world shut down, and I was like, where'd all my social media clients go? I want you guys back. Like, I'm sitting here doing nothing now.
That you can still do.
So actually, one of my really good friends now, her name's Annie. She's a graphic designer, and she started a company called The Cool People, and it was an activewear company. And so I started off helping her with her social media, and she's since moved on, and she's got somebody else doing it because I was just like super overwhelmed in that stage of my life. But that's kind of how I got really into adding more people into my sphere of doing that. And so I've worked with some really cool brands. I've signed a lot of NDAs, so I can't say some of the brands that I worked with because they don't want people to like know that they're not running their own social media. Like, there's like ghostwriting for blogs and all that kind of stuff. I've had brands literally just send me all of their products and say create the content, like just as if they were doing it, because they just want to outsource, and it's cheaper to outsource. So for them, versus like having a dedicated person in the office doing it and all of that. So right now I'm actually only running Hand-Tied Halo myself. I say only. I'm also helping run the 27 accounts for Babes Who Create.
Some extra fingers to
I know, I'm like, if I could be like an octopus and just, you can only be logged into 5 accounts at a time on Instagram app on your phone. So I have another phone and an iPad.
Oh my God.
I've got a burner gram phone. No big deal. It's fine.
Literally only works on Wi-Fi just so I can like log into the Instagram accounts. Wow. It's a problem. Hilarious. So it is something I do and I love doing. And I'm finally like getting to a place where I can organize my life again and take on more clients. I actually just talked to a med spa last week.
Ooh, that'd be a fun client.
I know. I'm like, can I come have facials?
Yeah, you need to know about your... So how many followers do you have to have before you like can take it seriously, you think?
I mean, that's really subject to everybody. For me, I had this idea of I need 10,000 followers. Like that swipe up feature is everything as far as getting paid.
That's another thing. What do you get at each level? Like,
so for Instagram, 10K, you get your swipe up. That's really it as far as like what they reward you for. Yeah. I wouldn't even say Instagram rewards you for anything. They actually like hate influencers because we've kind of inundated everything and they want, it's becoming like a pay to play platform. They want people to like be paying for ads and doing all of that kind of stuff. And influencers don't want to do that.
What platform is it? TikTok?
TikTok is up and coming. TikTok.
He does not understand TikTok.
I
He
love
thinks
TikTok.
if he just says TikTok,
Never been on
it counts. Like, this isn't a TikTok just because you say it's TikTok.
TikTok.
Okay.
So.
Well.
I mean, that's what Kevin Hart did, and it worked.
Yeah.
He was like, I'm making a TikTok, and his daughter goes, this is not a TikTok. Yeah. He's like,
how do you do it?
It's a TikTok. Okay. That's how I do TikTok.
Kevin Hart,
I'm like the old ladies in the commercial when they're like, that's not how this works. That's not how any of this works.
Yes, exactly.
So, all right, sorry. Back to the question because I want to hear the answer to that. So at 10K, you do that, and then you were saying, like, well, I guess, TikTok is kind of...
Is that...
TikTok is the new up and coming. So I'm old on TikTok. I'm a millennial. Gen Zs are like, get out of here with your side part and your skinny jeans because that's not cool anymore. I just learned that skinny jeans and side parts are out. And if you use the cry laugh emoji, you're old.
Oh, dang it. Okay.
I know. I was like, that's kind of my favorite emoji.
That's like literally my first emoji. I'm old.
Were the hands one?
Right. Official.
So I'm officially old on TikTok, but I did accidentally go viral during the shutdown first. I went viral. Okay, so I did my first, like, it's not even viral now after the other one that I did. But so I went on there and I did, there's like a put a finger down challenge. So that, you know, they're like, put a finger down if, like that, you know, game we used to all play in high school. Well, then they started doing it where it was something completely outrageous that nobody else did. Like the very first girl that I ever saw do it was like, put a finger down if you had a really bad stomach ache at your boyfriend's house and you had to go to the bathroom. And like it's just like this super embarrassing thing. So I did it about the pandemic and getting shut down and how Abbott was opening everything up, but my business wasn't essential. And so I didn't get to open up. And so everyone's out shopping and going to restaurants and I don't have any money. So I'm still stuck at home. And so many people related to it. I got like 950 comments and only 2 negative ones. And the one girl that like was really negative, she was like, with your spray tan and your makeup and your hair, you could probably feed a family of 5.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, well,
have a blessed day.
I've been laying outside in the sun because there's nothing else to do. And I had this makeup before the pandemic and I'm a hairstylist. So
that's how.
Yeah, thanks. I'm doing great. Thanks for asking.
For your comments.
So that went viral. But with TikTok, one viral video doesn't do it. Like you have to keep producing.
Continue.
And I was like, well, how do I recreate this? Like,
And
so I tried some videos. They didn't really work out. And then one night, Lindsay and I went to the bar.
I wish we had this clip because it is.
I can send it to you. I can send you the clip.
Yeah, we'll get it added in.
Oh my gosh. So these, I guess these people are actually really well known in Fort Worth. Everyone calls them like the Bud and Sissy of Fort Worth. Like they're this older couple. They're not married. They're boyfriend and girlfriend, which I think makes it even much cooler.
Yes.
And they've got to be in their like 70s, 80s at least.
Yeah.
And they are dancing.
They are like dolled up head to toe in like kind of like a Western cowgirl situation.
And they go out every Wednesday night to this one specific bar. And I guess they hit all the bars on that street, but this one specific bar, every Wednesday night they go out and they dance. And they like dance and grandpa gets a little freaky. So I have this video and he literally pins her hand behind her back, licks his fingers and slaps her butt. And I got it on video and I posted it
life goals, babe.
Oh man,
right? I'm like, if I am that cool when I'm old. Oh my gosh.
It was amazing.
But I put it on TikTok and it got over 1 million views in less than 48 hours.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
And so then I was like, okay. So then I hit 10,000 followers on TikTok. And I was like, okay, what do I do with this?
Yeah.
Like, this is still really out of my realm, not my thing. So I just kept posting videos of them. I was like, I have about 30 minutes of video from them from that night, and you can only post a 60-second clip. Yeah. So I just kind of kept doing it, and it worked for a little while. And then I was down there during NFR, and they did the cattle drive down exchange.
Yes.
So I took a video of it, and I was like, let's just see what this happens to do on TikTok. 1 million views.
Wow.
I was like, have people never seen longhorns like walking before? Yeah.
That's a thing.
But I guess in Texas, that's
Welcome
normal.
to Texas,
right.
But I mean, I had people commenting, are those buffalo?
I saw that.
And then they were like, someone was like, are those going to get eaten? That's animal abuse. And I was like, it's really not.
What?
Actually, they're living
like
a really happy life.
Like,
these are they're like treated like dogs. Like they're like, like not like dogs in a bad
good way.
Like
we treat our dogs good.
Yeah, I'm like, they're like children.
Yeah.
So it was so funny.
So you just never know. Like you just have to keep
it's totally random.
Bouncing around.
Yeah. I went to Vegas with some girlfriends, posted some videos that I thought for sure people were gonna be all about. We got like 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 views. And then I posted like our dirty hotel room and I was like, when 3 girls go to Vegas and everyone, again, I was like, are you kidding me? Like 600,000 views because of a dirty hotel room. Yeah. It's just,
wow.
I know.
So you just never know.
So it's hit and miss.
Keep going.
With Instagram, at least it's consistent. I know I'm going to post my outfit. People are going to like want to shop my outfit or at least they're going to like the picture. Like there's consistency there.
Yeah.
And I feel more confident in pictures than I do video. Video scares me when it comes to like creating the content. I'm like, I have to be so creative. And what if it doesn't come out right?
Yeah.
And even you can take 35 minutes to film a 30-second video. And I don't want to.
It's so much work.
I do it, but I don't want to.
Yeah.
So do the companies kind of offer, I guess, similar deal to Instagram on TikTok, or how does it work?
It's a little bit different because it's video, and with TikTok, it's the stuff that gets hit is like funny stuff. So I've seen a lot of, I haven't worked with any brands on TikTok yet. I'm kind of scared to like step into that realm. But I've seen some where it's like a girl who she plays all these different characters, and so it's always her. And so then she worked with this product, and she integrated it into all of her characters, so like it just kind of fit. But it was an ad for them, and it was just kind of authentic but funny, and I was like, this is cool. I don't know that I'm like that creative that I could be original enough to do that kind of stuff, because that's what people want on TikTok, is watching like these little mini series of whatever, or just funny videos. And I thought my kids were funny. TikTok doesn't think my kids are as funny, apparently. I posted a video of my son calling a dog a hoe. TikTok
didn't get the love.
TikTok didn't think it was as funny. Her name's Hope. And like I kept asking her, I was like, what are you calling her? And he dead serious looked at me and he goes, Ho. And I was like,
okay.
Oh, okay. Well, her name's
Let
Hope.
me get my video.
Like so TikTok didn't think it was funny. But
that's
whatever.
funny. It's like a whole different animal. You have
it
to
is,
figure
but
out.
I got tons of hits on Instagram. So for that. So I'm like, but I think my followers on Instagram reflect more of who I am. Where on TikTok, it's just a Mod Podge, and it's mostly like high school, college age kids who they could care less about what a mom in her 30s is doing.
Oh, your kids.
They're like, oh yeah, cute kid.
Right.
Your life's over.
I don't have this. So how often do you post? Do you have like kind of a system to it, or is it just as it hits you? Or
so I have like a calendar-ish type thing that I go by, and then brands will like put stipulations on stuff too, like we need stuff by this time, and then I have to work that in
to your schedule.
But I try to post like 5 to 6 times a week. 3 to 5 is like a sweet spot, so I always kind of overshoot, because I'm usually gonna wake up one day and go, nah, I'm not feeling it today. Like, even if I have the content, I'm not the kind of person that can get on and just pretend like I look this awesome today, when like maybe I'm just like not in the mood.
Or it's 12 degrees outside.
Exactly. Like, what is happening? This? To post like a really fun picture at the park and be like, happy Wednesday. No. So it's hit and miss, and like stories is kind of where it's at on Instagram now too. Like I can get on and be a little more authentic on my stories. Posts are so curated, and like I tell people all the time, like, please do not compare yourself to me or anybody else that you see, because whatever I just posted, I promise you, I'm probably sitting in my bed in my pajamas with no makeup on and like a bun on my head looking crazy. I don't look like what I'm posting in this moment.
But she'll take a video and say that too. So she's super authentic.
So I share that in my stories. I share like making my morning coffee when I still have like sleep in my eyes. Like, so I show that I'm a real person, but this is all curated content, and I usually will batch it. So I'll spend like 2 days just shooting a ton of different outfits in a ton of different places and products and everything, so that I have stuff ready to go. Because I was having to go out and shoot every day. I tried that in the beginning. It's so exhausting. So I laugh when people are like, oh, all you do is take pretty pictures. I'm like, well, I rented a studio space for 6 hours and had a photographer, and I was sweating because I was changing outfits so many times, and I had to do 5 different makeup looks. All I do is take pretty pictures.
Super easy.
It's a breeze.
I don't think people realize what goes into it at all.
Oh no. Well, and even brands, you know, like they're just like, oh, okay, like, you know, I'll pay you nothing basically for 6 videos and 3 posts, and I'm like, that's like 12 hours to 18 hours of work for me. Like, I have an hourly rate, and if you want me to charge you my hourly rate that I charge at the salon, you're really not gonna like me. So it's a little bit it's a lot of negotiating. And sometimes brands don't like it, and they'll just shut down and completely ignore you, and it's like, okay, that's fine. But that's like with Babes Who Create, something that helps is, as an influencer, it's hard to tell a brand like, no, I need this, this, and this. Having a middleman helps that a lot. So for me to be that middleman, it kind of sucks because I'm like, well, what if I want to work with that brand and I don't want them to be mad at me? But they have me as that middleman to go, hey, this is actually what we need in order for the influencer to be able to do this. And they're a little bit more like, oh, okay, it's more business versus like trying to push somebody around.
Random person with a bunch of likes and friends.
And to answer your question earlier, as far as like, when do you take it seriously?
Yeah.
I mean, I know girls who have 1,500 to 2,000 followers who are getting paid for brands to work with them because of the amount of engagement that they get.
Yeah.
And the fact that their followers are like authentic to whatever they're doing. Like food bloggers, for example, like your followers need to be local if you're going to be going to local restaurants or, you know, travel bloggers, your followers can be everywhere. And so it doesn't, the follower count doesn't matter. The engagement of your followers is what matters. If I have 200 followers and all 200 of them are engaging with me and I have 100% engagement rate, that's impressive. An average engagement rate for an influencer is between 2 and 6%.
Oh, wow.
So the higher your follower count, the lower your engagement rate is going to go.
Oh, yeah.
And brands know that. But now you've got the ability to buy followers, the ability to buy likes. Like there's engagement pods where
likes?
Oh yeah. There's engagement pods where like influencers will comment on other influencers' accounts for them to like get things up and going. Which like it's awesome because it's building community, but at the same time, as an influencer, I'm not gonna go shop something another influencer posted. I'm probably gonna reach out to the brand and go, hey, like you worked with her and I want to work with you. So having like the people who are following you who actually want to shop your stuff,
that makes sense,
because that's what brands are looking for. Like, what is their ROI? What's like, it doesn't mean anything if I send you a $200 product and I'm paying you $250. I'm out $450, and what'd you do for me? They posted a pretty picture. Cool. So there's there's apps, there's websites. If you're a brand who doesn't know about working with influencers, there's websites that you can go to where you can look up, like you can put in anybody's handle and you can see their engagement rate, you can see their followers, you can see if they had an influx of followers all in one day, which means they probably did a giveaway or they bought them. And I do giveaways, like that's fun stuff. Your followers get excited because it's like, oh, she's giving away a pair of Louboutins, and it's like 20 bloggers come together, throw some money in.
So it's not a huge deal,
So you know, we're paying like $40-$50 to go into these giveaways, and you get new followers that way, and some stick and some don't, but it's a cool way to kind of get exposure for yourself. And you're paying into something that gives back versus just paying into Instagram ads. So sorry, Instagram, don't get mad at me.
That's cool.
But
so what advice would you give to somebody who's like, I think I might want to do this, but I work a little bit, or I have a full-time job?
Just do it. Like, I was terrified when I started out. I'm like, I don't have time for like taking pictures every day. And, you know, you learn your angles, you learn who can shoot for you. Now my 7-year-old is like, can I take pictures of you? And I'm like, okay, hold the camera right here. And now she knows. Now she's great at it. Awesome. You know, like, get you an Instagram boyfriend, get you an Instagram husband, like whatever. Hire a photographer if you have to. But like, I was so scared starting out that I was just going to fail. And finally, one of my friends was like, just do it. Like, who cares? Something is better than nothing. And if it doesn't work, you're out some time, but you got some cute pictures out of it. Okay. And then I started with a website and just kind of went from there. And
your website is so cute. We'll put that up later.
Thanks.
Gotcha. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, CarissaNoelGreen.com. So cute. I love your website. It's new too. You just redid it.
It's new.
Nice.
I did it on my own, and it wasn't good. Like at all.
That is hard.
Was it MySpace?
It was really. It was not. My coding from MySpace days. I don't remember any of it. So finally, I was like, I need to hire someone because this is not good.
Do this right.
My little like one page. It wasn't cute.
Very cool. So then, who are the perfect candidates for Babes Who Create?
Everyone that is a creator. Like, so
can we show that picture of the Babes Who Create?
So we started off as Blogger Babes Productions. We were the Blogger Babes. So it was the Dallas Blogger Babes, the Fort Worth Blogger Babes, the Orange County Blogger. See, it's a tongue twister. But
so that's why you changed the name.
that's part of why the name got changed. No. it was just not inclusive enough.
Yeah.
Blogger is it's like a term that people are like, oh, don't call me a blogger. Like,
yeah, I wondered if
right? And like some people don't actually blog. Like now that's like associated with like an Instagram influencer, but like a blogger is someone who blogs.
Yeah.
If you're not blogging, then it's kind of like, please don't call me that.
Yeah.
So we wanted it to be more inclusive. So now it's content creators. If you create content for your business, for someone else's business, if you're a photographer, if you're an influencer, like if you're a content creator that works in collaboration with other brands, other content creators, then that's for you. Like it's a community. Like that's the biggest thing. And like our 2021 mantra, I guess, is community is essential and connection is essential. Because like last year we couldn't meet up in person at all. And like that was what our communities were about. 3 times a month, our communities were meeting together in collaboration with like a local business. So we would have like a girls brunch and we would promote that restaurant, or we would have like a content creation shoot with a local boutique and we would promote them. And then it was like, you can't go anywhere and you can't do anything. And it became very isolating. So then we were having virtual happy hours and we were having like charcuterie board companies deliver charcuterie boards to the girls. And we were like eating our own boards and drinking wine together. And we did wine tastings and we did all kinds of stuff. And it was cool, but it still didn't feel normal. So now we're like, okay, how do we shift? So we just put out what we called our babe shift. For 2021, where at least once a month we're going to try and get in a socially distanced outdoor setting when it's not 11 degrees outside. Just girls taking pictures of each other. Like, hey, stand over there. I have my camera over here. I'm going to shoot for whatever you need. So it's like as close or as far away as you want to be. It's still comfortable, but you're in connection and in community with somebody. And it's so much better. And then girls who are just starting out, they have this community of people who are seasoned or also new like them. It's a mixture. There's no like, oh, you have 5 followers, you can't be in our group. Like it's everyone. And we teach like, this is how you build a media kit and this is how you do this and this is when you're going to reach out to brands and we're going to reach out for you and help get you started. So it's just really like this women empowerment community basically when it comes to the blogger world, the influencer world, because there's a lot of mean girls.
I've heard
out
that.
There.
Yeah, I've heard it's kind of
I mean, that's kind of why Shelby, who's like our founder and CEO, that's why she started it. She went from Houston to Orange County. California, people are not quite as friendly as Texas people. And she was like, no one's like wanting to hang out with me or do anything. So she started having meetups and just inviting girls. And just kind of went from there. And it grew so much that she was like, let's take this somewhere else. So she did Orange County, LA, San Diego, Inland Empire. And then she was like, let's go to Texas. It's my home state. San Antonio and Houston were the first chapters. Then she expanded on up to Austin, Dallas, Fort Worth. West Texas is still a little bit of a struggle. Small towns, a lot of those companies out there, like influencers, like what? I don't, what do you do?
They're me, basically.
They're like, you want free stuff for what? Like, so, and then it's like, no. Like, I mean, yes, like give me free stuff, but not in the sense of just give me free stuff. Like I want to promote you. I want to put you out there. And some of our biggest influencers are in West Texas. Like these girls have like 150, 200, 300,000
I got a shout out for West Texas because I grew up there. So there's
some
good stuff up there.
One of my good friends, Megan, is out there and she's got, I don't even know how many followers she has now, but I watched her whole journey start. Like she started as having like her little online boutique and she just grew. And now, I mean, she's got well over 100,000, if not more followers. But she figured out the West Texas market and has such a good relationship with people out there because it's where she's from. They trusted her to go, okay, I think you can do this. I'm going to work with you. And now she's working with like, you know, she did the Nordstrom sale last year and she's working with like some of my dream brands. And I'm like, hey girl.
What are you doing?
Don't forget about Dallas. Nice.
That's very cool.
So got to run our signature question by you. When people find out that we're realtors, they always say, how's the market? That's what we get hands down 100% of the time. So I'll ask you twofold. when people find out you're an influencer, what's the question you get? And then when people find out you're a hairstylist, which just looking at your beautiful hair, I would assume they know, but like what are those two questions that you get?
As an influencer, I think a lot of times question I get is like, is it fun? I think that's a lot of it. Is it fun?
Yeah.
Or they'll say, oh, you must have so much fun, or you must get so much free stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, it's fun, but it's work.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm going on 3 back-to-back trips in the next few weeks. It's fun. It's exciting. Yeah. It's exhausting. You ask me if I sleep, I won't be sleeping. I'll be away from my kids. You know, I'm leaving my family at home to do that stuff, and it's fun, but it's a lot. Yeah. So there has to be balance there, and I'm not a good balancer. I'm just kind of
I feel like
I just like to like just take things, and I'm like,
let's just do this. Let's see how it goes.
People ask me stuff, and I'm like, sure. Yeah,
okay, I can do it. Say yes and figure it out, right?
I mean, and that's kind of in the hair industry how I got into like teaching extensions and doing all that stuff. Tara was like, do you want to do this with me? And I was like, yeah, I do. And then I fell in love with doing it, and now she's one of my best friends, and that's like, you know, I want to, in the salon world, when I'm not behind the chair anymore, that's where I want to go. I want to be like teaching. Yeah. I mean, I'm doing it in the salon already, but full time.
You can't stop doing my hair.
Oh, no. Okay. I won't ever stop. Like I have like my core people, I have my extensions, all of that. But yeah, no, when people find out I'm a hairstylist, I would say there's 2 questions I get. One, what do you think of my hair?
Yeah.
And I'm like,
oh gosh. I'm so glad we don't get like personal like evaluate me questions, right?
Or 2, like, what are your prices, or how much are extensions, or like my DMs on Instagram, how much is it for extensions? Yes, that's a super broad question, because what Lindsay has versus what I have is totally different in price, because of the amount of hair that I need versus her, the amount of color that she needs versus me. Like there's all these different things that play into that. So when someone's like, what's your price? And I'm like, for what? For color. Well, do you just want one color? Do you want highlights? So yeah, I get a lot of those like very
every time I like tag getting my hair done, I get questions. That question, 100%. And I literally just tag you in it. I'm like, talk to Carissa.
Like the first selfie you posted after your extensions, I think I had like 7 or 8 phone calls that next day. They're like, I saw Lindsay's hair, and I was like, oh, okay.
Just talk to Carissa. Yeah.
But I mean, and that's, you know, I just tell my clients, like, if your friends are asking, like, I do complimentary consultations. Okay. I'll go through everything. I'm never going to have someone sit down in my chair and at the end be like, it's $5,000. They're like,
why did I come in here?
I don't charge $5,000, by the way. But I mean, I'm not going to like blindside anybody. Like, so that's, it's an investment. I'll say that. But I mean, it's the first thing people see. It's the first thing you see about yourself. Like, it's a confidence thing. And I think that was something that I got a lot in the beginning too, was like, why are you getting into such a vain industry? Like, I don't see it as like a vanity thing. I see it as like loving yourself and feeling good about yourself. Like, and for me, like being able to give that to somebody. I've had so many people cry in my chair for so many different reasons, but to see them cry because they like see themselves in a beautiful light is so amazing. That. I mean, I've had girls after like chemo treatments and their hair is growing back and like they get to do something with it. You know, I've seen the breakup hair and the, you know, I just lost my mom and I just need to change hair. Like all of these things. Like,
it's an emotional thing for a woman to feel like you look like a woman or however you want to look. Like there's emotions connected to that.
And as a hairstylist, I mean, I'm a therapist. You know, I'm a therapist. I'm a friend. I'm a shoulder to cry on, because I'm somebody that, I mean, a lot of my friendships have come from doing hair, but there's sometimes people are like, you don't know me, you don't know my life, you don't know what's going on. I can spill my guts to you and you're not going to judge me. Yeah. And then it becomes this thing of like, every time they're coming in, it's like, you know, they feel a connection of like, I'm checking on them, you know? And then when I remember something about their life, they're like, oh, you remember? Like, you see so many people. But I'm an empath, and so I carry a lot of people's emotions. So at the end of my day, I'm very drained if I have somebody who's just like feeling something really heavy. So I have to take that time before I go see my family to like decompress too,
Sure.
because there's a lot of heavy things that happen in the salon, and there's a lot of exciting things. I did weddings for many years and I loved it.
Yeah.
And then I realized that brides are really stressful. The year that I did 47 weddings, I was like, I think I'm done now.
Maybe I don't do that.
That's good.
Yeah, I think it's time to retire from weddings.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'll do it for like my regular clients, and then I'm good. Yeah.
I can see that. Oh,
Yeah.
God, I feel like you have so much to offer. Like, if somebody needs advice on hair or extensions, because you do, like, she does my sister's hair too, and Lacey doesn't have extensions, but she still does her hair, and it's gorgeous. So you do hair of different kinds. And then the Dallas Babes Who Create, and you have all kinds of just information. If somebody
Information overload
has a question, wants to contact you, what is the best way? Tell them all the things.
Okay, so I would probably say Instagram would be the easiest way to get a hold of me. That's where I am 90% of the time.
Yep.
My DMs are open. I can't promise that I will get back to you immediately, but within about 48 hours, I try my best. My email is always overloaded, so that gets missed, unfortunately. My Babes Who Create stuff goes through my emails, so I'm always like looking for that stuff. So DM, I think, would be probably
DM Instagram.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, I'm so glad you came on. This was super
Thank
fun.
you so much.
Thank
It was
you
so much
for your
fun.
time. Appreciate you.
How's my hair? Do you need to brush it again?
I mean, oh my gosh, you have to tell that story.
So everywhere we go together, it's so extra fun, and he's got pictures we'll post. It's hilarious. But take your hair person with you everywhere you go, and you will look good all night. She'll whip her brush out and her stuff, and she's like, come here. And like in the middle of the bar, as those old people were dancing, Carissa was brushing my hair and making sure it looked good.
A picture and a video of it. And there's like random people in the, I mean, we're in the stockyards in Fort Worth, and we look very Dallas in the stockyards. Like, we walked in and everyone was like, who are these blonde girls? What is going on? I was like the extra sister, because like it was Lindsay and Lacey, and I was like, I look like I belong here.
You do.
And everyone's like, what is going on? And then I pull my brush out and I'm brushing Lindsay's hair.
Who are these blonde Kardashians in Fort Worth? What is happening?
Are they important? They brush their hair at
like, oh my god,
places.
I'm sure we're like on some weird like influencers in the wild.
I'm
Instagram
sure like
somewhere.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
So that's how girl night goes.
Yeah.
If
so
you were wondering,
bring your hairstylist to the bar with you. It's
the way to go. It's really fun.
Yeah. Weird, creepy people will buy you drinks.
Yeah. All kinds of fun
Tell you
stuff.
life stories.
Tune in for to her Instagram for more fun stories about that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're done. Thank you so much for coming. That was so fun.
It was fun.
Yay. All right. Until next time.